But I also feel that if you have a prior relationship with somebody, the Zoom works a lot better. I have seen that. So,
yeah, the part I miss is coming into your studio, dude. If you're already sitting down, I got to go around you to get into my seat, you know?
right.
So what I love is, bro, always kind of leaning in on your back and just putting my arms on you, you know, letting you know I'm happy to be there, you know, you let you know I love you. You tell me you love me. And it always feels good, man. You know, that's a one little thing I miss. Bro, so one thing people don't know about the mushroom show is so I rolled out of there late, bro. I was supposed to be early on that show. And I get in my car, dude, and I see all the dashboard lights and my car ain't even on yet. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm on some mushrooms, you know? That's when you know you're on mushrooms, dude, when the street lights are on, but they're not even on yet. You're like, damn, I'm seeing a lot of extra electricity, you know, a lot of free electricity from God. So anyway, I get over there. I get over there and I remember walking down the hallway and shaking somebody's hand, and I felt like they took my hand. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm not, you know, I'm feeling pretty squirrely if I feel like I shook somebody's hand and they took my hand with them when they walked off. So I said, you know, I'm having some weird feelings right now. But so the set at the Improv was crazy. But then I went to the Comedy Store. And that's, I think, when the vegetables started to rattle inside of me, because I get over there and I go on stage, and Adam E gets over there and he's worried about something, you know, he's just fucking Hebrewing out over there, you know, the fucking living legend Adam E, he's fucking concerned or whatever, you know. And so I just tell him everything's gonna be okay, get over there, get on stage. And some guy near the front was in a what's that thing called? It's like if you're handicapped, but it's like a little not like a, it's like they push you, it's like a
wheelchair, like a paraplegic wheelchair, like one
wheelchair. Yeah. Sorry, wheelchair. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair. Yeah, wheelchair. So this guy's in a wheelchair and it has a little squeak on it, bro. And I'm fucking, you know, sometimes when you're on mushrooms, some sounds are amplified and shit. So I'm on stage and the wheelchair makes a little squeak. And I thought somebody was making a funny noise and making fun of me. That's where my head went. So I stopped my joke. I said, what'd you say, man? I got in this negative place and the guy's just laughing. This guy could barely, you know, the last muscle he got's working is his throat muscles and he's fucking chuckling with him. You know what I'm saying? This dude's 90% to heaven. You know, this dude, he got nothing, bro. But for some reason, whenever he laughed, it made one of the like nuts or bolts in the wheelchair wasn't tight and it made it squeak. And when I heard that squeak, I thought somebody was saying something and making fun of me. So I kept stopping the show and like accusing this wheelchair guy or something. And this guy could barely this guy couldn't get a mouthful of milk down if you gave him 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just keep roasting this dude and ripping into him. And it was, thank God that set isn't on recording, because that shit went downhill fast, brother. It's basically a half hour
but
of
you
me
pulled it off.
Yelling at a fucking rescue guy, bro. It was bad, man.
I fucking went to Ralphie May's Thanksgiving party like 2007, right before I stopped going to the store. Ralphie May was on top of the world, and he fucking threw a barbecue that was tremendous. Yeah. And on top of the counter, before the fucking food, was a bag of mushrooms, a pound of mushrooms. Ooh. And only 3 of us ate them. Me, Ralphie, and Marilyn Martinez, God rest her soul, ate like 2 of them. Me and Ralphie kept eating them in between turkey bites.
And she's still alive, guys. She just tripped really hard. So that's why
she fucking died, but not from the
food. My bad, bro.
But fucking, I went down the store. You know, it was Thanksgiving. I was going to cancel. You know, like when you're having a good time, and you're like, fuck this store at 11:45. I'm not going there.
Oh, yeah.
And in those days, I wasn't getting 11:45 spots. I was getting 1:15 spots, but it's Thanksgiving. So the stars don't call in. So a guy like me gets fucking 10:45. You're like fucking ready. I fucking went down there, and as soon as I walked in that original room, everything turned purple. Oh. All I saw was purple. And I just did as much time as I could. And I think after 9 minutes, I just ran the fuck out of there. It just turned purple. Everything in the room was purple. I could hear the neon lights sizzling and shit.
Yeah.
Jeff's trying to play the piano and improv with me. I'm looking at him like he's a fucking Martian from another planet. I'm like, this is too fucking much. I could deal with the edibles and shit, but this mushrooms at this. And then in those days, you got to remember, there was only 18 people on a Thursday. It wasn't no 3,000 people yelling your name, clapping, blue cheese and wings, go fuck your mother. I'm up there dying a slow death, and everybody's fucking purple. I'm like, this is not normal. This is not going to continue. My career is not going places. I could handle the edibles up there. I could not. You know what? Listen, I got into comedy July 16th of 91. And this weekend, St. Patty's Day, 1992, I was cute. And I went down in. The headliner had a reputation for doing coke. Mm-hmm. So I figured I'd bring a package with me to try to be cool. So the headliner would hire me for other gigs.
Yeah.
Dog, I started doing bumps at the headliner. This guy was an animal. He could do an ounce and fucking go talk for 2 hours like nothing happened and remember punchlines. I went up there stuttering. You should have heard me. I was like fucking Spider in Goodfellas. I said, never again will I do a line of coke and get on stage. So I learned early on not to do coke and get on stage. I've never done lines. I'm a coke fiend.
Yeah.
I had it in my pocket when I went on stage. I'm not going to lie to you. Many a night at the store, I was on stage with a coke pocket burning in my pocket. You could see the fucking light coming out of my pocket, but I wouldn't do it till I walked off the stage. And in those days, I used to go right down those steps, right into the original room bathroom, do doof bumps. Then I was ready to talk to people. How you doing? All right. Yeah. Good to see you. All right.
Dude, I got on stage a couple times, man, on coke, and it was so hard to do, man. No. It was, dude, I remember when I remember some guy in college came out with a or he said his a buddy or something. He was Chinese. I don't know if he was Chinese, but something was going on with him. And he said that they came out with like a cocaine suppository, right? This is when, people were excited about cocaine and you're like, well, I'll try it however I can get it, And so I remember putting one of those in my ass as a college kid, and trying to do it different ways, man. I just wanted that buzz in my system, and it burned the inside of my ass, I remember. And it was not, it wasn't USDA approved or whatever,